Ooh, good morning, everybody. Let's have a look, see what's going on here. How is everybody doing this morning? Let's have a look and see what Pretzel's doing. Maybe turn it up a little bit. Okay, I think that's working. I don't know why it thinks that my timer is... There we go. Come on, folks. I know it's early in the morning, but we got to get this right. How is everybody? I am excited to start streaming today because we have an interesting first task up there in my task list. I can actually see what it says. Task list button. Now, this was something voted by my lovely chatters in the community rewards and challenges, I think it's called. But you can see if there's like a little button underneath the chat that allows you to spend your channel points, which for the record, we probably need to come up with a different word for channel points. You can rename them to whatever we want. Let me see. So you can edit the points name. We can call them potatoes if we wanted to be nice and stereotypical with the Irish connection. And we can put a little icon, whatever we think of. But anyway, the channel point challenge that was completed last week was that we want to add a button to move the task list forward. What does that mean? So I have this overlay. So we see here, and we've got my goal here, my timer, my lovely timer. Let's make this a bit bigger. We've got my timer, and we've got this task list right at the top. And how that works is I go in here, and I go to my stream overlay, and I take this class equals active, and I move it to the one that I want, save, and it refreshes. Which is awesome, strange, but it's not very good. It's not very good. Ideally, I want to have a button somewhere that I can push a button and it's like move to next task, and like it's not a big deal, but it's like the threshold of going from this as a non-interactive overlay to an interactive overlay where I can push buttons and things happen. It's going to be a good threshold. Excuse me. Yes. And when it comes to buttons, I would love to get myself one of these. Stream Deck. I'm gonna get myself a Stream Deck. Oh, look at how beautiful that thing is. Beautiful. Oh, and you can have they're all like little screens that you can have them customize the image and all this sort of stuff. Oh, makes me so sad that I don't have one of them. But we're not going to do that. We're going to do something a bit simpler. I'm going to do it all web-based. And I've got my... Ooh, the crack that I wasn't expecting. I've got my iPad with me today. So that if this works, I'll be able to connect to a web-based interface on my local network, because they're both on the same local network, and push a button on my iPad, and it will move the task list forward by one. That's the goal anyway. Whether or not we will achieve that goal today, we shall see. And I have a nice little aspirational continuing what we were doing last week after that. Oh wow, I can get a Stream Deck from Complet.ie. I remember Complet. That was like it's like an Irish computer parts store that actually I purchased parts for a computer and put it together. God, 2006? Is that 15 years ago? Oh God. Yeah, 15 years ago. Ooh, that's a way to make me feel old. Okay, so where are we? Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to localhost. I think I've got it on like 4300 or something silly. Yeah, buddy. Here we go. So this is our interface. It's the same interface. Oh, huh. Oh, because it keeps the timer synced just on local storage rather than like on a server. So that's why that timer and that timer are out of sync. That's interesting. Anyway, the idea here is that this is our task list here, and we want to make that like what's the word? Dynamic. So instead of this thing here, instead of our task list just being dumb UL, we're going to probably turn it into a component, maybe, and we're probably going to steal some code from the chat box. Let's have a look at our chat box component. Our chat box is essentially just like, hey, look, each of my messages, let's do a chat item. But what the chat box does is we have this thing where we have a socket. That's interesting. So that's creating a socket.io connection. That's creating a socket.io connection for us. And then like put in the messages. Yeah. Okay, cool. So what first thing we want to do is we probably don't want to create multiple socket.io connections. So we probably move it into a service just so that it's shared between components. And we could probably just use that service as like a only connect once thing. And then we probably don't even need to change this code. So let's try that. How do we try that? Excuse me. So let's generate a service. I don't have my terminal in the right place. Phew. Come on, terminal. What are you doing? Ooh, a socket has connected. Let's make it a bit bigger so you can actually see these words. Ooh, look, I'm actually overlaying with it. Here, have a socket connection. Let's do this. And let's do, it's in our new stream overlay. So we're going to go EmberJS service socket. Is that what we want? Oh, my wife is coming out. 1 second. Ha ha ha. Sorry. Oops. Somebody pinged me, but not in the chat. I need to go and tell them that they need to... Thank you, Mr. Chocolatine. I would recommend that you send that message in the chat on Twitch, because I'm watching that and I only happen to go and check the muted. Oh, Rotok, hello, welcome, and hello, Min the Me, welcome. What I was saying while I was muted, is that my wife came out to the office, and the office is just about big enough for one person, and it's a bit cramped for two. So, like, having this green screen up totally obscures the door, so I had to, like, pause for a second to... Anyway, not important. But welcome. And Mr. Chocolatine, please do chat in here, because it's nice to see you. And I'm not really checking Discord, so I probably won't. I won't see it if you're trying to get my attention. Right, so for people who are joining us, the community, what are they called? Community rewards and challenges that we are now trying to achieve is that I want to create a button to move that task list up the top there forward without having to manually edit HTML while I'm on stream. So I am going to probably create a component that wraps my task list and listens to like a socket.io message. And I'm stealing implementation from Chatbox. So that's the current plan. So I'm going to do EmberJS service socket to generate a socket service. Say that 10 times fast. Import inject as service. Oh, we're going to have a lot of this refreshing today. I'm glad that my timer is Ember service. My timer is persisted already. The problem that we're going to miss is that actually... Oh, hold on. Did we see chat come through? We did. So, is it a challenge? It is. Persist chat messages. So, this is the reason why persist chat messages is a challenge, a community challenge with the challenge points or channel points, is because every time that I'm going to make a change to this overview, any chat messages that have crept in here are going to disappear. So, since that's not something that we're doing today, we just have to be extra chatty on the chat so it doesn't look super bare down here. Anyway, so what I'm going to do here is I want to change socket to be okay. So this is Chatbox. So this is going to break it temporarily. So Min the Me, yes, it probably says 17 days or whatever, but I can't tell Twitch to make them infinite. So every time I remember, I go into the dashboard and I just go in and like make my rewards. I can extend them for 30 days or whatever. Extend duration, extend number of days, 30 days, boom. So I can't make it any longer than 30 days. I don't know why. I think it's, obviously Twitch has a certain set of things that they're aiming for. So never worry, your channel points are always well spent. The only way to get things off the channel point list is to pay for them, because you can't actually buy channel points. So it's not pay to win. Okay, so these chats are going to go away for a quick second because I need to go over to my socket service and steal this. And then we want to create an on that has message and then function. And then it's like yeah, it's just that. It's as simple as that. Oh, I can't call a function. Callback. Boom. Boom. Right, did I break anything? Okay. Haha, look at you using the Rodney. Testing. We're back. Boom. So I have now successfully moved my Socket.io connection into a service. Now, what that means... let's throw Rodney there so he's joining us. What that actually means... excuse me, is that now we can create another component. Oh, it's sad that these are always going to disappear when my thing restarts. But anyway, EmberJS component. What am I call it? List box or something? Task list. Task. Is it 2 words? Is task list 1 word or 2 words? I'm going for 2 words. I don't know if it's actually 2 words, but we'll find out. Yes, and we do need to do EmberJS component class as well, because we need the class. The backing class. Excuse me. Okay. Task list. Okay, so let's steal this and put that into okay. Oh no, my task list has disappeared. Boom. So, and now it's back. So now we have an interesting issue. We don't want these things to be in the component. The component we want to be dynamic because like we should be driving it from the outside. So we should probably want to do tasks equals. Do we have an array helper? Ooh. Array. Does it tell me when it was added? Oh, yeah. Cool. I can go boom, boom. Array. And I just do... this dot get. That's not 100% correct, but anyway. So... I can do this, can't I? I can do array and then whatever my task lists were. So let's just steal these bad boys. Boom, boom, boom. And it's introduction, which will always be there. I guess we could just like make it as part of a thing, but whatever. So now it's an array. Okay. Boom. And now it's not actually doing the thing yet because we want to go each tasks tasks. Is that what I call it? Tasks as task. And I'm going to just do li task. Each can I spell? Can I spell is the question. So we should now have a duplicate. Oh, look at that! It's so pretty. So now if as task and then index if eq if eq index this dot active oh, I broke something. What did I break? Console. Attempt to resolve EQ expected to be a helper. Do we not have EQ as a helper? Oh. Huh. Interesting. So there must be an RFC somewhere that adds EQ as a helper. So let's add the helper. EmberG helper EQ. Because I don't want to add the component that adds all these like truth helpers, etc., etc. I just want one helper that does the thing. Boom. Ah! Everything is true. You get an active index. Oh, that doesn't work as a sentence. Okay, let's go. Where's my helper? So okay. So ooh, I'm on the TV again. Thank you, Min the Me. That makes me feel like super famous. Zoom. Ah! If I was smarter, I could make this like you could pass in as many things as you want, and it would make sure that they're all equal. But really, it's only ever going to be like the first and the second one, so it's fine. Or the 0th and the first one. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start the active index at 1. And we're going to have introduction selected. No. Index, of course, is 0. Because I swear I'm a professional programmer. I swear. Oh, God. Why was I thinking about it being 1 based? Cool. Off by 1 here. Ah! Oh, no. Okay, right. So we now have a component that does the thing. Classic. Absolute classic. So we have an off by 1. No, we don't have an off by 1. We have an active class is there. And now we've got to do 2 things. Now we've got to create something like this. Task list. Boom. And then chat box, we need to do, I guess it should be on the constructor. I don't know why it shouldn't be on the constructor. And then it's like advance index. this dot active index equals this dot active index plus 1. But we want the math.min of that and whatever. I don't care. And we don't actually have a message there. Right. Oh. So that said, oh, something broke. Oh, because I need to do at socket. No, at service socket. Boom. So our timer has restarted because actually it's designed to restart at the beginning of when it's when you reload it after it's finished. So that means that we should do a just chatting for 5 minutes. 5 minutes on the clock. Okay. So how are we all feeling today? How is everybody? One thing that I would love to fix is that my chat message here doesn't allow me to... You're still ill, Min-the-Me. Oh my word, that's an entire week's worth. It's if it's anything like what we've had in the house here, the two kiddies had it for like 3 weeks, but they're young and have no immune system yet, so they're working on it. Yeah, so apparently this is trying to get me to log into Twitch. Let me see if I can do that. I'm just gonna, while I'm not sharing my screen, I'm going to really quick try and log in. It's asking me for a token. Boop, boop. Sure, I have a Twitch thing. I do have a Twitch thing here. Submit. Connecting to chat. Is it going to be connecting properly? Come on. Yes, it's connected properly. So now I don't have to actually run 2 chats at the same time. Welcome to the chat room. Yeah, hopefully it will be okay after the weekend, Min-the-Me. This sort of long-running sickness is... It's pretty... It's heartbreaking. It's like, you just want to feel better. And I think that's exactly it as well. The fact that we haven't been mingling and like getting germs every so often means that when we do get out from our lockdowns, we just have to pick up everything and it's all at once, like heavy stuff. The thing with my 2 kids is that they don't know how to blow their nose yet. And like, oh, if I could click my fingers and do one thing other than make them not sick anymore, like that's what it would be. The fact that they like are just streaming noses and then they cough because they don't know how to blow it. Oh, it's just poor things. But the winter is long at the moment because we're only just starting it, but it's not endless. Spring will come. Spring will come. Ah. Feels good to be back streaming. What do we got here? Yeah. Well, this is the thing. One of the things my wife kind of really missed this maternity leave was that there were no kids groups. And she wasn't able to go and hang out with moms while the kids all like played in a pile over there or whatever. But also, as you say, no introduction, no like mixing of the germs. So as soon as my eldest went to play school, came back with everything. Hello, hello. Moray? GNCL Moray? Is that how I say it? Welcome, welcome. I've already had one coffee this morning and I could desperately do with another. Oh, Gonzalo. Yes. I remembered this from the other day and I was like, that has to be Gonzalo. Yes, I do remember. I do remember hanging out. It's one of those things where I've now got this rule where I don't say people's real names, and I can't remember who said that they are okay with it. So you've outed yourself as Gonzalo, so I'm allowed to say that. Maybe I should have a list somewhere. My brain is not the best for keeping information. Right, let's go back to the programming. 1, 2, 3. Zoom. Now I have to do a little trick to restart that timer because it actually started from before our little chat break, and this we have this persistence ID. Oh, I might make that a bit bigger for people, especially if you're watching this on a TV. Oh, wrong direction. There we go. So we have this persistence ID that if we change it, the system thinks it's a new timer. Look at that. Magic. Okay, so we now have our task list, which is nice. Right, go get your coffee. Make me one as well while you're there. Okay. Task list. Yes, so we now have our socket.io ready to advance our item. But this is the receiver bit. This is like, hey, I've received a message. Please advance to the next index on the active index. But now we don't have a sender. We don't have anything that's like, okay, you can advance now. But we do have a server. We've already got this index. And we've got a server that it's this one, isn't it? IO. So it's this one. IO.send, I'd imagine we're looking for. IO.emit. So this is yeah. So IO.admit chat message is how the server tells the client, hey, we've got a chat message, and put it in here. I'm going to be really cheeky, and I'm just going to say IO.emit advance index now, so that like we don't have to build our dashboard quite yet before we test this. Now that's server restarted, and that might have worked. It's interesting because your chat didn't come through either. So I think I actually do need to restart the overlay when that happens. So try again, Min-the-Me. Okay. So the chat came through, but we're not advancing the index. So we can test this by going and having a look at the network. Let's pop this out. because you want to be able to see more. And we're going to be getting into some hairy stuff here. Okay, so normal network traffic stuff here. But we don't fetch, we won't want any of these files. We want WebSocket. We don't have one. Why don't we have one? There we go. So here is my WebSocket, I think. So now, if somebody sends a message, we should get them through here. And as you can see, we got my advanced message. We got the advanced index. So we did actually get it. Which means that it's not the server that's broken now, it's the client. So let's go and have a look at the task list.js. I did something stupid. Oh, I spelled length wrong. It's always something simple. Oh, God. Maybe I should stop doing these in the morning when I'm tired. Okay, I'm a morning person. I'm lying. Anyway, so also a classic. Also a classic. Okay, so I'm pretty sure we're still getting it. Oh, that's live reload, sorry. So we're still getting advanced index. And my code is still wrong. Ah! Oh, my brain. So active index is now working, but one thing that I didn't notice in here is that we have to actually do a tracked property because it's changing in the template. Why is the template not updating? Because we're not tracking the property. And now I confidently say it should work. Waiting for a chat message. Oh, look at that! Woo! Yeah, buddy. It's like magic. It's just moving on its own. And now if you send another one, it shouldn't advance anymore. No more. Boop. Nice. Because we have this is why I did the math min. So active index is right now 2. And the length of the task is 3. So 2 is this little thing here. So if it tries to set it to 3, it'll actually set it to the minimum of these 2, which is 2. So it's kind of like caps it at 2. Perfect. So this is not very useful. What we actually now need is a new route. How many routes do I have? I should have. Oh, so there's a timer one. So when I'm on my stream starting or other things, I can just go to localhost /timer. And it's timer however long the timer wants to be. So this is broken because of the my circle doesn't stay in the anyway, it's not a big deal. So what we need is we need another route. That is my dashboard. Excuse me. Okay. And on the dashboard, we need something. page title dashboard. No. So we're going to do button, advance, or nah, I don't like it. I don't like that because I don't know what the opposite of advance is. Retreat. Next, task item. Then we want previous task item because maybe I push it twice and I shouldn't have. So the goal here, dashboard. The goal here is that I push one of these, bump, 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 and it advances or retreats my task item. So you're preempting, preempting my next thing. So I'm just going to keep it a button for now, and I'm going to make it do the action and do the thing. And maybe like do something. I don't know. Do something. But what I want to do is I want to vicariously live my life as if I already have a Stream Deck. I want to make my dashboard look like these sorts of buttons. Gamer Store, Elgato Stream Deck. So I want to have like, I'll probably Google CSS for like an app icon, whatever. You know, a button, raised button. Might even use Skydiver. What's your lovely husband's nickname? Skydiver something or other. He has like a strange experiment where you have like an active button. I don't know. Yeah, I just want a button that looks like a button. Totally overkill for what it is, but it's fine. Okay, so how are we going to do this? I kind of want to make it a component even from now, because either I create a controller and it look at this. CSS being contributed via the chat. Now, a note on safety, folks. Don't copy and paste any code that somebody sends you on a Twitch chat and paste it anywhere. I know what I'm doing. I'm a professional. EmberG button. Little Bobby Tables. Component button. So I'm going to exercise hubris now. I'm going to claim the namespace of button and use it for my dashboard button. I'm never going to need another type of button in my application. And then we're going to do styles, new file, button.css. And what was it, Gonzalo? Drop tables. Oh, no, wait. No, that's not the right one. So we're just going to call it a dot button. Because I'm going to call it a dashboard button in here. Because, yeah, whatever. Oh, that's interesting. Uh, 80. border radius 8 pixels. Do you already know that like 10% border radius is the right thing? Dashboard. So we're gonna do. We've got a component. And we're gonna do button. Ooh. Actually, hold on. Oh, it doesn't do that. Interesting. Button. Boom. Boom. Yield. Cool. And we're going to put our yield in there. And we're going to do class equals dashboard button. Did we not save the dashboard? Okay. We haven't included our button. Boom. So this box shadow is box hyphen shadow. I know very little. Oh, look at that! Pew, pew. And you said you wanted a hover as well. I assume it would need to be like... Oh, color. Is that not how it works? Or do you just do... Does that not override the other things? Save. Doesn't seem to want to do anything. Over. Didn't like it. So you can't keep the other thing, so just do blah dark gray. Whatevs. Huh? Ah, it's opening too many. Is dark gray lighter than gray? So the color is being different. Yeah. And then like, yeah. So the flip side here is that we probably don't need to do any of this because y'all will never see this unless we're developing it. This is just for me. Just for me. And then I'm probably just going to do margin 10 pixels, whatever. Boom. Nice one. So now what we want to do is I want to say message advance list. And we'll do the same thing. And the opposite of advance is retreat. Is that how you spell retreat? Is it the same spelling? To retreat? Oh yeah, dashboard display grid with a grid gap. Yeah, that's a better idea. I like grid too. Gonzalo, you and I both like grid. So we'll probably do dashboard in here because it's, yeah. And we'll drop these folks in here. I'm going to change this to be renamed dashboard because we don't need a specific word. We don't need a specific CSS class, CSS file for dashboard button. Display grid. Oh no, you can just do gap now, can't you? Boom. Because gap is the future. Oh, so now we've got margin and gap. There we go. And then we do want some padding or whatever. Bit close. These are going to be touch targets as well, actually, so we need to be careful here. And it needs to be add the width. 100 pixels. That's all we're allowed. It's got... Oh, but the width... The... What? 80 by 80. How do you make it do grid columns? I want to be rows. Do I have to tell it how many templates? How many columns I need to do it? Width is there. Grid CSS, come on. Grid column auto. Let's try that. Boom. Nope. Something weird going on. I want the complete guide. I just want like auto. It's not quite what I want. Auto rows. It's a grid auto row. That's interesting. So, grid automatic columns. Grid auto columns. I've never seen that before. That work? Is that all we need to do? Yeah, let's try the template thing that you said. Template columns repeat. Ah, yes. So it's just repeat 80 pixel. Is that right? It shouldn't be so hard. I just want them to sit beside each other. Oh, doesn't like it. Pete. CSS grid fill with no, not full width. See, this is the thing. It doesn't need to be a grid. It could just be display flex with gap. Because that's really what we want. We just want it to, like, do that. I'm not sure about that, Gonzalo. Don't forget I'm in Super Chrome. That, like, tears ahead. Gap seems to be working. With 100% though, so it'd probably overflow, but I don't really care right now. Damn, today I learned. Yeah, correct. Me too. And this is all hacky anyway, so it's not really like when I get enough actions that we need to worry about this, that's fine. Oh, and my time has run out. I did not even notice. Okay, so let's go back to our just chatting. So we're now into the exciting bit next. We're going to actually turn these buttons into buttons that do things. So that's going to be fun. How are we feeling this morning? How are we all enjoying the stream? Oh, viewers hidden. Don't hide my viewers. How many people? Oh no, I refreshed chat. Not what I wanted to do. Okay. Oh no, you missed the solution. Minami, it was just display flex because I'm basic like that. Like, okay, fine, we could probably figure out the grid thing, but really all I wanted to do is like for it to wrap eventually. Flex is probably good enough for that. And even that, like, it's solving this problem now is the wrong time to solve it, because we need to do like purple and green animations you have in Ember as well. No, they are not. So I think I have a task to make all this stuff like Ember, and I don't know if I can make this stinger be an Ember thing, like a web overlay. The stinger, I think, will always have to be a video, and the stinger is when I change scenes. It's like that phew thing. Like that just comes with this overlay that I bought. But I'd love for this stuff, this background stuff, to be like web animation or whatever. That would be cool. And this chat here is like the default one. That's why it's not behaving exactly the same as our chat in the other, the deployment, in the development one. Let me see if I can get the github.com Mansona stream overlay. Nope. Twitch something. Let's check my repositories. Repositories, 188 repositories. Hoo-wee. Twitch overlay, I called it. So all the code for the overlay is in here, and we have issues that are like feature requests essentially. So if anybody has any ideas or things that they want me to add to my overlay, that's a good place to add it. Persist chat messages. Replace. So there is already a feature request. Replace the vertical chat with my own overlay, and the benefit of that would be that we get the same behavior, which is chats disappear here, but that's not what we want. We want it to like just, add a whole bunch of chats and for them to stay for these 5 minutes. And the filtering of pretzel stuff, all of your scenes are roots. You could do transitions right. Yes, maybe, I guess, but then essentially I'd be moving. No, I don't think so, because it's not a matter of me changing the root on the Ember app and that then changes the background. Like what I'm actually doing is I'm changing a scene in OBS, and that could bring me to a different route. Like this could be a different route, but then the stinger happens when you change the scenes. Does that make sense? I'd be curious if you could add a stinger that's not a video though. That's what I'd love for it to be, like a root on my Ember app that was just that boom 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 like thing, and then that overlay would be the stinger. But anyway, not all that interesting. But yes, here we go. If anybody does, I already shared it. I thought I was only chatting about it and not sharing it. But yeah, so if anybody has any ideas that's not already there, let me know. It's a good place to let me know. And let's go back to programming. Zoom. Okay, so we've now got buttons. Those buttons look pretty but do nothing. Where's my dashboard? So I have advance list and retreat list. Perfect messages, doesn't really matter. So the idea here is that we're going to do something very similar to this, where we've got ourselves a socket service. Then in here let's move this down a bit. Yield. And then in here, we're going to go on click this dot emit. Why not? Cool. And then we're going to do action because we need access to that service. Emit. And then we're going to do import action from Ember object. And then we're going to emit this dot socket dot emit, because you can just do that, this dot args dot message, because I think that's what we called it, message. Boom. And I think we're done. Just remove our advanced index here. Wasn't the message on the server something with item? So on the server, this is what it was. io.emit. Oh, advanced index. Yeah. Then. Oh, you're right. Advanced index. Yeah. I completely missed that. So retreat index. Advanced index, retreat index. Nice one. I would have missed that. Thank you, Min the Me. I would have been banging my head for a decade. Okay. So. It's not working. Let's see what's happening. There is a potential issue here. Oh. We're not connecting to the socket. Oh, do I have a typo? Oh no. CH Sanch. Hello, thank you for the typo mention. Sucked. So actually there's an interesting problem here. Because, yes, there's a typo. And let's go and make sure that we have a look at that. We'll go next item. But there's also this.socket.emit is not a function. Huh? And if you look at the socket.io implementation, you're like, but that is a function. But we're not pointing at socket. We're pointing at our service so that we don't connect 1,000 sockets. So I need to add emit here. That does. Okay. So let's have a look. So, okay. So this is an interesting one because I'm doing something kind of silly. What I'm doing is I'm sending a message to the server to advance the index. And really, that's not what I need. I need to just like advance it locally or whatever. Like it doesn't need to be it doesn't need to be like this. But what I'm doing is I'm kind of skipping ahead. I'm kind of making it so that these buttons can do other things. Like I could push a button and it would like, you know, I don't know, reload a chat message, I don't know, or clear the chat down here or something, you know. I don't know, something on the server. So it's useful for it to go through the server. But the problem here is that what we're doing is we're emitting it, and the server receives it, but the server isn't then like submitting it again. So we could try two things. We can try emit, we can try broadcast. Because I think that might give us the logic that we want. Button. Because if you broadcast a message, I think you get it back. No, you don't get it back. Oh, it's not doing anything. Broadcast mustn't be a thing. .io. There's a So there's a thing with emit. Where it doesn't send the same message back to yourself. Broadcasting is a server-only feature. Yeah. So it doesn't send it back to you. So this is the thing. Yeah, so Min-the-Me, you are correct. This is why I'm saying it's probably overkill, because we're sending a message to the server only for that server to send it essentially back to us. Which is a bit weird. But and the thing that we want to do here is we probably want to do emit not message. So this, we need to have something that's like, hey, I want it to be a type of message that is like I want to emit a client message that comes back to the client here. And that message is, and the data in there is this or whatever. So then we go into our server. This is a bad idea, but whatever. That's it. Oh, this. Oh, whatever. I don't care. Okay, so let's try that and see what happens. Hello, Grandaz. Welcome, welcome. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Min-the-Me has also contributed more to the Build Something from Front End Mentor. That's pretty cool. Oh, 48% raised. That's pretty good. G'day, Grandaz. Hope that makes you feel at home, me saying it that way. Client message. Oh, I didn't save. Okay, so we're connected again. Okay. Is that what we're doing? Ugh. Boom, 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 boom. No. Network. This guy. Client message. But it's only client message. Where's my button? I'm going to close all these tabs because I've got too many things open. Okay, so let's go back and have a look at this. We're going to go back to emitting events. Server side, client side. Client side. Emit hello world. On hello args world. Yeah. So that's what this is going to be. Let's just double check that we have our button is doing the right thing. Dashboard. Message. Advanced index. Yeah. Okay. So we try and send client message with advanced index when I click this button. But I don't see advanced index here. Let's try base. Why is it not sending a thing? Socket.emit hello world. Why is it not doing the thing? Yeah, whatever. Button.js socket and client message. Oh. Oh, because I'm in Egypt. I just do that. Because I'm in Egypt, that's why. Face advanced index. Perfect. The question now is, oh, what's this? Oh yeah. So now we're trying to client message. Save that. I'm going to here. So I don't trust the server. I'm going to restart the server. It's because we have it, if we haven't already set up. Yeah, okay, fine, whatever. Okay. Now. Live reload. No, wrong one. This one. We're sending that. God damn it. We're sending client message. And I should expect a console log here, shouldn't I? Oop. Yeah, it's on. client message. Double check the definitions over here. Listening to events. Yeah. Ooh, once on. Yeah. Is the event client message or is it on emit? So server side. Oh, socket.on. Oh. Socket. There we go. There we go. So the way that socket.io works is that one side emits and the other one like receives an event. And the way that you receive an event is that you're like on blah, whatever the case is. Socket has connected. It hasn't exploded, which is good news. Boop, 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 boop. Yes. Message face. So the thing that we want to do now here is that on client message we want to socket.emit message. That's the trick. And then in our button, we don't want to do this. We want to do this. Because we're sockets all the way down. Just without face. Yes, exactly. Save the face. Oop, socket has connected. Now the question is this just going to work? Client message, advanced index. Advanced index. So we received an advanced index. The task list should go on advanced index. Should move on. Why not? Is it because of this behavior of like broadcasting events? io.emit. Why is it not socket.emit? An io.emit, because I think socket.emit does that whole like don't send it. Don't understand. I'm gonna try io.emit because that's what I want. This behavior to all connected clients, right? We'll just do io.emit message, which means we're gonna have to restart this. Restart all the things. Come on, please work. We've got 4.5 minutes. Okay. My word. record. It worked. It worked. It worked. Look at that. I'm pushing a button and it's working. Oh, that feels good. I like that. And now we want the other side. Success. Hello, it's Oik. Welcome. Mind is blown. Heyo. And now we want our retreat index, and we want then our active index should be math.max or 0. Oh, because it's shorter now. -1. So we're not persisting, which I think is okay. Oh, look at that. That's a thing of beauty. Oh, it's a bit of a delay, I think, but that's okay. Beep, beep, pew. Look at that. Now, moment of truth. iPad time. Okay, I haven't used it in so long that. Okay, so the name of my computer is Maple. No, is it Maple? No, it's Lime. My lime.local? Maybe it's lime.lown. HTT. Oh, come on. HTTP :/lime.lan, I think is the way that they do it on iOS devices. And it's like 4300. Enter. That's so strange. That's my overlay. So now I've got lime.lan. And then I want to go /dashboard. Oh, actually, it looks different. There's a border on the iPad. Yeah, hold on. We're going to have to hold this up like this. There's a border on the iPad. You see? I think is interesting. iOS. Right. And then I can just push the button from here. That's why we needed the socket IO. Oh, that's so cool. So we need the socket IO for 2 reasons. If it was in the same browser, I'm pretty sure that we could have done like local storage or something like that, but it's not. And it's also on 2 different machines. That's the requirement. So there has to be a server in the middle that's passing the messages between the overlay that's like in behind OBS and this thing. So it couldn't have worked if we didn't do socket IO. So Minami, you're heading off to lunch. Thanks for hanging out, Minami. As ever, you helped me figure out some of the issues. Oh, actually, hold on. Make sure we're on the right task. Oh, that's so cool. I love that I have a dashboard that Oh, that's so cool. I might need to put it like in front of me. Yeah. Anyway. Raspberry Pi is awesome as a tiny home server for stuff like this. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's interesting because I was thinking about having some sort of dedicated screen or whatever, but like the goal is a stream deck. I'd love a stream deck, but I'm not going to buy one myself unless like I make enough revenue from streaming and just buy the stream deck. But actually my first revenue from streaming has been earmarked for something that Min the Me just mentioned. In fact, this sounds like chat, so I'm going to go just chatting. Well, that felt good that it was. Yeah, I've done step one of making my own stream deck. Like, I would happily make this like a kit of some sort where I could have like, you know, a Raspberry Pi powered like custom something. But the thing I like about Stream Deck is that there are screens that are buttons. Like, if it's a touch screen, that's fine. Like, there's no point in having, like, it doesn't make a difference from one to the other, if that makes sense. Excuse me. Yeah, it's like, there's no benefit using anything other than the iPad and like kitting it up or whatever. Oh yeah, you have a Stream Deck. Oh, see, that's the thing. I want to be a professional streamer. Well, I don't want to be a professional streamer as my full-time job. I think my wife would have a heart attack if I told her that like my regular income was going away and I was now doing the streaming thing as my main gig. Yeah. Heart attack or divorce, one or the other. Influencer. Yeah. I don't know if I have enough influence to be an influencer. Up to a Raspberry Pi. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, yeah, you could buy small 1-inch LCDs, fine. But like, I want it to be a button, so you'd have to mount it on a thing, and then I need to buy a 3D printer to have like button mounts or whatever, and then jeepers. And as you say, total price ends up more than a deck. Yeah, and it's a thing that's supported. Like, you can like Stream Deck plugins, etc., etc. It would be fun to do, but I've got like a basic thing somewhere, a hardware something here. God, if you could see my shelves, they're so messy. But oh yeah, it's not a Raspberry Pi, it's a what's the smaller one that's just a microcontroller. I have to check. Arduino, that's called. Yeah. Yes, exactly. It's an Arduino. Like, I have a few Arduino armadillo projects that I want to work on, but having 2 small children, you have a lot less time to do any of the things. And when I have time, it's like 5 minutes here and there. So I've ended up doing 15-minute slots of open source development at night rather than trying to like sit down and do an hour or a 2-hour project, because you just can't guarantee that. Although I've been meaning to for a while get into an evening stream and do something a bit bigger, like do a 3-hour stream on a Saturday night, which means that it can be a lunchtime viewing opportunity for East Coast Americans. And the goal of that is my other kind of pet project, Authmaker, AUTHMAKER, which has kind of been a baby of mine for must be 5 years now, and I haven't really launched it, quote unquote. Ooh, new follower. Rajsep? I'm going to call it Rajsep. Let me know if I got that one right. I do try to pronounce, but you know, some of these some names are hard to pronounce, and then also some nicknames aren't pronounceable. So anyway, so let's go back to our programming, and I think we're going to identify a problem. Boom. So our task list has reset, and it's not a problem because I can just come in here, I can push the button and go like this and put it back to where we were. And because of the refresh, it's reset. So what we can probably try and do is we can probably try and do something similar to what we have in our timer, where we have something like, so there's two parts in this. Okay, this.args.persistence_id, local storage.getItems. So we have so yes, it's like that would work, but it also, it's by design that we want it to refresh, because this timer has a logic, which we'll see here. Oh, I can't remember which one it is. There's something in here. Yes, so here we go. So this whole thing is set up so that if there's a persistence ID, if there's a thing in local storage, use that. So when it refreshes, you continue to use that. But then remove it when the timer ends so that on the next refresh, it starts the timer again. Now, this is interesting because now we've got a dashboard. I can push a button to reset the timer. So we can move into like less of this like magic. So yes, exactly. So the reason for the scene change to control the timer is because I'm so terrible of remembering to start timers. And I know to do the scene change thing, like I move between them. So like they're automatically set up to be a certain amount of time. And especially the one on the yeah, exactly. So I know my own limits, so I'm coding around my own limits. So actually the so the task list. Yes, we want to do something like this. We're going to get the local storage. Yes, so it's funny that you say that. It's like because I had that exact problem with the Pomodoros, and because of that, I actually built a thing. What did I call it? Fullday.app. It only has a build for oh, it has a build for Windows. Huh. Cool. Didn't know that. So from 15-hour sessions to 15:45 plus 15-minute breaks. Ah, that's interesting. So this full day app thing that I have, it has it's designed to be annoying. So we do the task, do your emails. The devil. No, me. So you start the timer, and when the timer ends, it pops up the specific type of window that can't be closed, like the on top of everything there's a window there, and you have to pick end or snooze, and it has a bell that's getting louder and louder. So it's like, if you want to do the 5 minutes, you have to click snooze, and it adds that as a time. So like, none of this is actually explained on the website, because whatever, marketing, I'm terrible at it. You can see those green dots. They are, you did the 25 minutes and you stopped at the end of it. The red dots are you were interrupted and you had to stop in the middle of something. But the orange dot is you snoozed. So that 5 more minutes thing is bad. You should be doing the 25 minutes, taking your 5 minutes break, and then finish the sentence when you come back. So it's not slapping you on the wrist and saying, like, you actually did a bad thing. It's just like a but there's also one other subtle thing, again not explained on the website. This like progress bar at the bottom, that adds up to 12 of these. So that's 6 hours. That's 12 Pomodoros, 6 hours, and that's like 6 focused hours a day. And like, my personal opinion is that I don't think that you can ever get past 6 truly focused hours. I find it very hard to fill this if I'm doing anything like really hefty. Even though I'm sitting at my desk for actually 9 hours a day. But anyway, subtle hints in my UI design that are not explained anywhere. Right, so we want to 6 hours of taxing, learning something brand new. 5 to 6 hours non-stop is all I can do. Oh god, that makes me kind of sweat and cringe. I don't know if I could do 5-6 hours non-stop on anything. Because the fun of making, yeah, that is also true. Like, this is an interesting idea, the whole Pomodoro thing, because it does put breaks in that give you natural stopping points that are like, oh, actually I think I have done enough today, and then move on. But if you don't have those natural stopping points, then you can go into this like forever thing. Which is fine in a way, but also okay, so this is interesting. So local storage. So what did I do for local storage? What is local storage? Yeah? Why is it? I'm missing semicolon. Okay, whatever. Let okay, yeah. Parse in local storage. Get item, and this is going to be task list index. If stored index this dot args dot tasks dot length minus. Yeah, that's fine. I don't need it to be less than or equal to. And then we have a set item, don't we? Yeah. Gonna do, let's set that as a boom. That's all we need. Okay, you're heading on Itzoik. Oh god, root canal. Oh. All I can say is commiserations, my friend. I have had one of those and it's not pleasant. So, wasn't that bad. You were a lucky man. So, now we have our next task, and then I should be able to do a thing which will refresh everything. Is it going to refresh everything? Do I refresh everything? Delete this maybe. Boom! We have persistence. Woo! Yeah, go and get some painkillers to cover what you can. Anyway, so that's it. We now have a task list that I am very excited about being able to push a button over here and it do the thing. Oh, that is just so cool. I'm very happy about that. So I guess the next thing that I would want to try, I think I would love for this thing to be like the dashboard to be like an installable app. Installable. So it's a progressive web app. So how do I do this? Whatever, I don't care. Progressive web app installable. Okay, I need a web manifest with the correct fields filled in. What's this? The website to be served from a secure domain. This is required only by Chrome for Android. Yeah, so I want it to be a dashboard. So what do we do? Just do it as this. It would need to be in public or something, will it? Feck it. Let me see. The package. Not all that used, although it has been used. Version last published a year ago. Documentation. Oh no, it's Ember CLI add-on docs. Boo. Sadness. Yeah. Config manifest. Okay, it's doing two things. Fine, whatever. Okay, giving me an upgrade guide before I even... Yeah, whatever. Okay. Pin tab, that's a new thing. Display full screen. Standalone. Okay. So I'm going to try this because it seems like it's a nice thing and it's trying to smooth over some of the problems with different platforms. So I'm going to just try it. Ember web app. I've never used something like this before, so and it's a toy thing, you know, we want to just have it work for only my iPad. And it would be nice for it to be its own installable thingamajig. Cool. So it's given us a config. We've got a manifest. Cool. Whatever. Okay, so Prettier is freaking the hell out. Fix file. There you go. Okay, it's doing a thing now. Question is this going to try and tell me to install the thing now? How does one install something on iOS? Yep, fine, same thing. Android. Share button. Click add to home screen. Cool. Add. Cool. Cool. So it's wrong, but it's cool. So we have something wrong. What's my starting? Starting URL is dashboard. And then our name is let's just do that. The short name's the same. Dashboard is going to be, don't really care. Whatever, we'll worry about that stuff later. Now the question is, did that update the manifest? Am I going to have to restart the app? Add to home screen. Streaming dashboard. It did update the manifest. Add. I can delete this thing. Delete bookmark. Delete. Streaming dashboard. Boom! I now have my dashboard. Look at this. So my dashboard has no Chrome around it. It's just the dashboard. Exactly what I wanted. Pretty cool. And let's just check that it still works. It does, because it's just web. Perfect. I think that is as perfect as we can get it. Cool. Awesome. Let's go and find this Zoinkio. Who are Zoinkio? Let's have a look at that in a minute. Let's star that because that is pretty good. Thanks, folks. Awesome. Fantastico. And I don't know what else I can actually do. Let's go and find our channel points, and let's mark our add button to move the thing as complete, because it is complete. Woohoo! And then I'm going to archive that challenge. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to probably github.com Mansona Twitch overlay. Let's go and find an issue. Add a button to move the task list forward. We just added this today on live on stream. Ta-da! It's everything I ever wanted. Close a comment. Nice one. So let's have a look and see what other ones we have here. So we have add marquee to the chat messages that are too long. Replace the vertical chat with my own overlay on the just chatting screen. Or use large emotes if they're the only things in the message. So that last one's interesting. If I do Rodney, like that should be oversized. Like I should make him massive. But hello, Rodney. That one should stay that size. That's what the large emotes item is talking about. So what do we think? Any of the viewers that are still here? Do you have any preferences out of these? Let's minus the community challenge. So out of these three, does anybody have any preference? If there's not, nobody chimes in, I'm going to just roll a random number generator. Minimum 1, maximum 3. Going once, going twice. 3. Large emotes it is. So we're going to just take that name. I'm going to create that as a community challenge. large emotes. When enter amount. So let's put that in as 4,000. And let's create it. Oh, it doesn't like it. Oh, too many. Yeah. Number of days, 30 days, because I don't actually care about that. And then we're going to start that one. Start challenge. Cool. So we've got another challenge has started. And I think that's it for our stream today. I'm going to go and see if there's anybody that we can go and raid. Raid channel. Oh, Lady of Code. Here we go again. Let's start a raid for Lady of Code. And again, thanks everybody for hanging out. It was a really good stream today. We got some awesome stuff done. I feel really cool about it. And hopefully next week we can get back onto our Ember CLI add-on docs migrator. And again, thanks everybody for hanging out with me today. And I'll see you next week.